I'm Mark Robertson, and this episode of VI Sports is all about hockey, with a few twists and turns thrown in just for fun. On today's show, we learn all about Vancouver Island's Junior B League, the VIJHL. We'll also make a move to the BCHL and meet Powell River Kings Play-by-Play man. And Ken Hurricane Himes receives a lesson in cheerleading. We're with Ken Carson, owner of the West Shore Wolves. And Ken, you've been involved with the league for many years. Tell me a little bit about the VIJHL.
Well, yeah, this is the West Shore Wolves' 5th season that we're entering in. In a 9-team league, 5 in the south, 4 in the north. The south teams play each other 8 times a year, and then we play the north 4 times a year for a total of 48 games through the season. We just purchased the team 4 years ago, so we've got 5 local owners that are involved in the team that make this organization work.
Okay. Now, what drew you to become an owner?
Well, the 4 of us, there was a team in the West Shore that wasn't doing very well for a couple of years, so my 4 partners and myself purchased the team. Just thought that the West Shore deserved a little bit better representation from junior hockey. So we took a break for a year and then started the team with a lot more local players, and yeah.
Okay. Now, just to the average hockey fan, how would you compare Junior B to Junior A, and especially how it's affected here on the island?
Yeah, the gap is getting a lot smaller between Junior A and Junior B now. The Junior A players, it's a little bit faster league. It's a little bit more physical than Junior B is. But that gap is starting to narrow quite a bit. The Junior B here in the VI is a pretty good feeder of the BCHL. So this year, for example, the Victoria Grizzlies, I think it is, have 14 players that played in our league on their roster this year.
And tell me about community involvement, community support.
Yeah, well, these teams in every community on the island of the 9 communities sort of work on sponsorship and ownership, putting money out to make sure that the program rolls. Yeah. The fee to play is not very much, so local sponsorship is huge in our league.
And obviously for yourself and the other owners, it's a love of the game kind of thing, I would imagine, working with the kids, seeing them achieve, moving on, success.
It really is. From an ownership standpoint, the financial support has to be there, as well as the community and friends in the community and businesses in the community. Without that, the league wouldn't work through the island.
All right, well, thank you for talking to us,
thanks very much.
All right, now we're going to make a move up to Campbell River, spend some time with a team that had quite a bit of success last year, hoping to have even more success this year.
Fast to the neutral zone, smart at the Blues.
All eyes peeled on the coach. It's day 1 of training camp for the Campbell River Storm, and they've got some work to do.
Able to possess the puck down low 2-on-2. Yeah, I think for us, it hasn't really changed. I think the first thing we look for is good kids. We want to recruit character, and I think when we do that, you know, the hard work part kind of comes easy. You know, I think for us, even though we won bronze last year, it was a bit of a step down from the year before when we won gold. So I think there's still a little bit of revenge on our mind, and I think we want to, you know, take charge and win gold again this year.
It's harder than some games during the regular season because guys are just trying to fight for spots, right? And try to prove themselves here to lead.
Grueling conditioning between the grueling drills. 10 push-ups followed by 10 sit-ups as fast as you can, followed by 10 burpees. Every move being watched by the coach.
For us, we're looking for separating skills. Obviously here, there's a lot of kids that are pretty similar in terms of what they can bring to the table. Guys that could do that little thing just a little bit better than the guy beside them, whether it's blocking a shot or finishing a check or even things like calling for passes, like minor details that a lot of kids think are kind of for smaller guys in younger ages, but it makes such a difference at our level, and obviously that's something we look for, is the little things. So have one guy weak side slash and chip it off the wall, or just chip it and go get it.
It's a good feeling. It's our first day here, and we're just kind of breaking into things here, and it feels good to be in Campbell River on a new team in a new town. Favorite part of the game, definitely just be winning championships and just being with the guys, and really just the camaraderie of that.
We're a fast team. We play quick, and we play structured hockey. You know, we're quick through the neutral zone, and we make teams pay with our speed.
We want to get pucks deep, and we want to play below the hash marks the other team, and want to be a hard team to contain just due to our speed and how dynamic we are offensively. If we don't have the puck, we want to get it back as quick as we can. Fun, exciting hockey, especially for people to come watch. We play hard and we play fast.
First training session almost over, and the deal is the players get a break if Coach Stone doesn't score a goal on either goalie. And they like what they see. Check out CampbellRiverStorm.com for this year's game calendar and latest news with the team. I'm Margie Griefs.
We met the owner of the Wolves. Now say hello to the coach of Comox, Joe Ewing. Tell me, Joey, how did you get involved in Junior B and specifically coaching this team?
I've been coaching for about 12 and a half years. I lived up in Whistler and had a hockey academy there. Moved away to coach in the VIJHL for a couple years. And I just came back to the island. I run fish boats and out of Port Alberni, so I wanted to be closer to my company there.
Okay.
And I really came on board because I was just trying to give chances to these kids to push them and get them to the next level. My whole goal is not winning a championship. It is seeing the kids play in Junior A and college and beyond.
The league seems to provide a lot of great opportunity for players, at different levels too, moving up to Junior A, even getting scholarships.
Yeah, it's been crazy for me. In the last 4 years, I put the first Division I scholarship to Penn State. Wow. Was with Darian Hamilton. We had a kid play in the World Juniors for Denmark. We got 2 pro contracts and a bunch of college guys coming out in Junior A above that. So we've really done a really good job of getting young kids that one chance and get the step up through.
Great. Now tell me about this year's edition of the team.
This year's pretty interesting. I actually moved a bunch of people. We left 16 from last year. We do not have anymore. We brought 16 new kids in, guys that have some drive to go somewhere, and our older guys have great leadership and showing the guys the way. So it's been a great hockey team.
As of right now, I'm 20 years old. I'm the captain of the Comox team, so I'm just leading by example, and next year I hope to go on and try out for the University of Victoria and see if I can crack the lineup there.
One of the best teams I've been on with, everyone's friends and stuff like that. We hang out all the time, so it's a good atmosphere for sure. The island's a very nice place. We get a lot of fans, supportive fans too, so it's a good time.
So you're having fun, looking forward to the rest of the season. What are your hopes for the future?
Right now for the team is just playing games one by one and making sure they're consistently good all the time.
The league is so tight that every game can go, one game you could be beating a team, the next game you could be losing to the exact same team by 1 goal. It's just, the competition's good this year, and I mean, we're gonna have a tough go, but it's gonna be fun.
And for me, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying helping the kids. I'm enjoying this level. I don't really feel like moving on that much. I would if the opportunity came, but I enjoy moving kids on from this level.
Great, well thanks for talking to us, sir.
Thank you.
We're up here in the press box at the Q Center, which is appropriate because our next story takes us to Powell River, where we'll meet the Paper Kings play-by-play man.
The Powell River Kings held an icebreaker September 13th that saw throngs of fans turn up to meet this year's roster of players and pick up some coveted season tickets. New Kings broadcaster Craig Boscheman was also on hand to give us the scoop on his role with the team.
It's exciting. I came here from Saskatchewan last year, so there's a lot more to look at out here than there was last year in Saskatchewan, so the road trips are nice. I'm really looking forward to sort of seeing the province, and I have family and friends all over the province as well, so that's a huge plus for me to come out here. And it's the VIJHL. I mean, it's the best junior A league in the country, and players get drafted to the NHL directly from here, and NCAA scholarships handed out everywhere, so I'm very excited to be here.
Craig's job with the Kings involves multitasking and modern broadcasting techniques, something he excels at for a sport he loves.
I do the play-by-play for the games, of course, and I set up the radio stuff and make sure the games get out in the air and let fans know what's going on with the team. Update the Facebook, the Twitter, put videos on YouTube and things like that, interview players, coaches, and sort of let fans be up to date as much as possible with what's going on with the team, and make sure that they know if they can't listen to the game or watch the game or whatever, if they can just follow online and get all the results they need, and make sure that the fans stay as up to date as humanly possible. I love hockey and I love broadcasting, and it's not really work to me. It's just fun and something that I'm pretty lucky to get paid for.
Craig not only has the chops for the play-by-play, he also has the drive to be the best.
One in the corner for Berard. Left wing side, Berard to Turnbull. Quick shot, scores! Carter Turnbull with a nice snapshot from the bottom.
It's the most fun part of the job by far. You sort of get to just describe what you're seeing to everyone else who's listening, and when you get positive feedback from people who are listening and enjoy what you're saying, it's a really good feeling. And just watching the games, having a front row seat to every single game of the season is probably the best part about it. And getting to know the players, the coaching staff, the rinks, all the new players, all these things like that. It's a huge blast for me, and it's what I want to do for my career, and hopefully I can stick with it and get to the highest level one day.
And of course, you'll have plenty of options to follow all the Kings action.
The Kings website is probably the best place to find out information, not only for updates on what's going on in previous games, but also finding the online stream to listen to the games as well. If you're in Powell River, tune into the radio station 95.7 Coast FM for that. Online at fasthockey.com, you can watch the game, which will also have my audio for home games as well. So those are the 3 ways to watch the game, but of course the best option is to just come to the rink and watch the games yourself.
For Shaw TV and Powell River, I'm John McKenzie.
Coming up after the break, we're going to talk to the coach and some of the players from the West Shore Wolves.
You're watching VI Sports on Shaw TV.
Come on, guards! Come on!
A 2-on-1 out of the corner.
Help up!
When I came back from playing hockey in Europe, I ended up being the general manager and the coach for the Victoria Grizzlies in the BC Hockey League, and I did that for 6 years.
Attaboy, kid! Hey, you guys get ready to go here.
With experience as a player, coach, GM, and one-time owner of the Peninsula Panthers, Jackson Penny is uniquely qualified to be bench boss for the West Shore Wolves. Add to that a philosophy of moving players forward not only in hockey but in life. You've got a pretty special Junior B program.
We do have a different flavor here, especially our program itself. Like, we cater to about 5 or 6 kids that still want to go play junior A hockey, get the NCAA scholarship, to go to the VIJHL as well. And then we have a group of kids that are 18, 19 years old right now, and they all go to university at UVic, go to Camosun College, and they can still come here and play hockey. And then we have a group of boys as well that are getting their trades, become electricians, and we're just fortunate enough that we can offer those 3 programs here with our group of guys, and so far it's worked very, very well.
They're really good with the players because we got guys working and going to school and stuff. So they put the players first in their outside lives. They want to make sure that's going good because obviously when your outside life's going better, then you come to the rink happier and your performance is probably better.
It certainly worked out for Brandon, making the move from Colorado as an 18-year-old. He's been a team leader both on and off the ice.
The States is more of a physical battle game. A lot of big, stronger guys, per se, whereas here it's you get the puck and you go. It's all about speed and good pace of play.
My top goal scorer, he came back this year, Brandon Tanguay from Colorado, which was a really great, was a surprise to us because we thought he was going to end up going to the BC Hockey League. Things didn't work out for him, and he decided instead of going home, he was going to pursue to go to school here and still play for us. So I mean, that's a great trade-off when it comes to it. And then I have Jordan Gainey, who's a young 17-year-old local boy who's grown up in the West Shore area and has played his whole minor hockey with JDF. And you know what? He was the last release of the Victoria Grizzlies this year, and from my understanding, he's already committed there for next year, and he's a big-time prospect for them, and he's a great hockey player for us. And then I have Tyler Carpendale, and he's the young boy who I brought in from the Seattle Thunderbirds. Once their GM called me and asked me to basically to help him out and to do the best that we can in developing them for him to play there next year. So the 3 of them have done a fantastic job. They show up every single day, they work hard, they compete, and that's all I can really ask for them.
So Coach Penny, happy with the results so far. For the players, hopefully a future move upward and onward.
I wanted to play in the Western Hockey League at some point in my career. I think this is the next stepping stone, I guess.
I'm more of a skill guy and I'm not the biggest, so it's good for me to be able to just keep my feet moving and go.
Hopefully next year I'll make a junior A team and then hopefully keep playing there and hopefully that'll lead to a NCAA scholarship one day.
Coming up next, Ken Hurricane Hines takes cheerleading to new heights.
Welcome to Island Elite Cheerleading, where today we go behind the scenes of one of the most artistic, physically demanding sports on the planet. For this segment, I've gone undercover and I've told the ladies I'm a world-class cheerleading coach with the Seahawks.
Okay, I'm just not used to this gym. Okay, it's a little different than what I'm used to.
Hopefully they don't discover that I'm actually an undercover announcer for VI Sports. If they do, we'll have to go to Plan B.
Not tired yet.
I've chosen this uniform to blend in and to be inconspicuous. My head instructor, Kate Bell, is the only one who knows my true identity. She's an internationally certified coach for Island Elite Cheerleading.
I opened with my business partner, Nishan. We coach high school and university level cheer, and we both have tons of years of experience as athletes ourselves. And we decided, you know what, it's time for us to go out on our own, and we're the only competitive cheerleading gym on the island.
I take my place at the back of the class so the girls aren't intimidated by my greatness.
How am I doing, Coach?
You're doing really good. Looks a little bit like a pretzel, but...
Yeah.
I needed to instill teamwork and trust into the psyche of these athletes.
It's one of the only sports where if not everyone shows up and is working hard, you're not going to have studs in the air. And I think that sets us apart from other sports.
When you have a lot of help, then it's going to make everything better.
I challenge anyone to try attending a cheerleading workout.
Cheerleading is 100% a sport. It is very, very hard. We compete, we're athletes. It's got all sorts of elements. We dance, we tumble, we jump, we stunt and throw other people up in the air. Like, we're not just throwing footballs, we're throwing people in the air and then catching them.
Tumbling, you got passing, you got dancing, you got stunts. Like, it's the best feeling ever to be out there with your uniform, with your bow on, and just showing everything you got out there.
3, look, 5, dip, 7, up, 1, hit, 3, 5, 7, dip, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1. Good.
At this point, I had to come clean. The gig was up. These young women needed to know the truth. They needed to understand that ethic and teamwork go hand in hand.
I lied. I'm not an elite cheerleader from the United States. I probably let a few of you down, but today is the first day of the rest of my life, and this is the toughest darn thing I've ever done. You ladies are as tough as nails, and the Hurricane wants to give you a big round of applause. Get in here, join me, girls. This is beautiful, join me. I hope I didn't fool any of you or destroy any of your dreams. So I'm not the guy I thought I'd try and pretend I was.
Now that I let the hamster out of the cage, it was time to take it to the top. How far could we take it?
You can actually compete at the Cheerleading Worlds, which is kind of like the Olympics of cheerleading. It's the best of the best, level 5 athletes. It's amazing. There was 10,000 people watching finals. There's a ton of scholarships out there, definitely in the States. You can go be treated just as a varsity athlete in the States when you're on a cheer team. So you get to travel, you get to compete, you can travel with the sports teams because most of them do cheer for other sports as well as compete on their own. Mishan and myself actually coach at VIJHL, so we coach the university level cheer team there.
At this point, we tried to build a tower to the sky. I looked to the heavens for support.
Superstar! Superstar!
And when you drop a cheerleader, you have to do push-ups. More people come to help, as a good team would. Finally, they lift me to the sky. I have succeeded in my goal of becoming part of the team at Island Elite Cheerleading.
Well, what a great day here at Island Elite Cheerleading. I learned a lot. I learned about courage, strength, flexibility, speed, all the great components of tremendous fitness. I challenge anybody who thinks they're an elite athlete, an elite sports person, to come here and try the 20-minute warm-up. That is your challenge, to come here, try that workout, and see if you can last 20 minutes, because I've seen nothing like it in my life, and I've been around a long time. For VI Sports, I'm Ken Hurricane Himes, the sports guy that's not shy.
Well, that's just going to about do it for this edition of VI Sports. We'd like to thank the VIJHL for all their assistance, and as always, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. I'm Mark Robertson. We'll see you next time.